Hey, my fourth graders, welcome back. This is lesson 5.6, divide two-digit numbers by one-digit numbers. Our learning target is divide two-digit numbers by one-digit numbers. All right, and let's take a look at this criteria. I can divide to find the partial quotient, and I can show how to regroup one or more tens, which means you are going to have 1 10 is equal to 10 ones, right? Please keep that in your mind. I can use place value to record the partial quotients. Let's dive into. Use a model to find each quotient. Quotient is what? The answer for this division, right? Please remember the term. And draw each model. So we need to divide what? We need to divide this 84 by 4. So how many equal groups are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 equal groups. And you are going to split these 84 cookies into 4 friends, right? So now I'm going to use one at a time, 1 10, 2, 3, 4 tens I use, and 5, 6, 7, 8 tens I used. Okay, and so far I have what? 4 more cookies to divide into 4 friends. So I'm going to put 1, okay, cookies each. So the answer is what? Each friend will get 21 cookies. Make sense? All right, let's move on. Now this time they were asking us to divide this 85 by 5. Now I have 5 friends coming over and they want cookies and I have 85. So let's split this out, okay, equally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens cookies, which means 50 cookies I gave them. But then remember, we have still 35 cookies, but I cannot put tens each again because I have only 30 ones left, which means I cannot put it in here. If I put 3 more tens, I'm gonna have 2 more tens, right? Otherwise, they are not gonna have enough or equal number of cookies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to subtract what I did. So far I used 50 cookies. So now how many cookies have left? Yes, 5 and 3. So far I have 35 cookies to divide into, yes, 5 friends. So I'm going to give them one at a time until I reach up to 35. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Yes, I used all the cookies to divide into 5 friends, right? And each friend will get what? 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cookies. So, which means what? 17 cookies they will get. So 85 divided by 5 is equal to 17. Okay, this was what we did in 3rd grade. Okay, this was 3rd grade level. Now we are going to move on to our 4th grade level, which is we are going to use, yes, long division strategy. Okay, and there you go. This example looks a little bit long. It's not complicated when you read it. It's very simple, but it's long. But you know what? I'm gonna go step by step, and we have more practice. Okay, we have more problems to practice, so don't worry. So let's dive into here. Example: find 79 divided by 3. We can think 79 is what? We can split that into 7 tens and 9 ones. Okay, now first step, divide the tens first. Okay, so this is long division. I'm going to, after this process, after these steps, I'm going to explain again, okay, to make it simpler. But let's go over. Divide the tens first. So now we have 7 tens, right? So it's easy to do 70 divided by 3 first, which is what? We know 70 is equal to 7 tens. That's what they are here. And divide by 3 here, right? So we have 3 equal groups. They model it here for us. 1, 2, 3 equal groups. And you can split that into what? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens. So far you have what? You used only 6 tens. And then there is 1 10 left over. That's what it meant. And then ones place, yes, 9. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So far you have used 6 tenths, and then you need to still have what? 19 more cookies. Okay? So you can say when you divide, you multiply, because 3 times 2 is what? 6. And then you need to subtract from the original number, okay? Which means we were working on tens place. So 7 tenths take away 6 tenths, and then you are going to have 1 tenth left over. Okay, please keep that in your mind. Multiply and subtract. And then we are going to repeat, okay? Bring it down and repeat. So regroup. Regroup means what? We are going to bring this number. So far we have 1 tenth left, but then you need to work on this tens ones place as well. So you have 19 ones left, and still you need to divide the 19 into 3 equal groups. So here we have, right, 1, 2, 3 equal groups, and so far we split them into what? 2 tenths each in each group. And we have still what? 19 ones, okay, 19 cookies to divide. This process, this step, they were asking like regroup 1, 10 as one, like 10 ones. That's same as 19, okay, 19, okay? So just remember. So we don't have to think of this way, and then we can just move on. Now, once you bring this number down, it becomes 19. Now you need to multiply again. So 3 times one number is closer to 19, but not greater than 19. I told you before, I like this phrase because, you know, we are going to use this phrase a lot, okay? So we know 3 times table, and 3 times 5 is what? 15. 3 times 6 makes 18, which is closest to 19. If I move on to 3 times 7, it's gonna go up to 21. Whoa, that's too high. You have to bring it down, okay? You cannot divide what you don't have. You can divide only within what you have, okay? So 3 times 6 is 18. When you take away, you have 1 left. What are you going to do? If you don't mind, I'm going to take the cookie, okay? 1 leftover cookie, but I can divide this 79, right? 79 cookies into my 3 equal friends, like 3 friends equally. What? Yes, you have 1, 2 tenths, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 26 cookies equally, and then we have what? 1 cookie left over. Okay, so let's review this one. Okay, let's rewind this one again and then look over. We can say, repeat, M, S, B, R. This is the steps that we are going to use for long division. We are going to multiply, and we are going to subtract, and then bring the number down, and then repeat until you don't have anything to subtract. Okay, so MSBR, remember, and I'm going to go ahead and practice one more time, like with you, for 3 questions here, 3 problems, and then, you know, from third pages, I'm not asking you to close your computer or laptop or, you know, like this video, but I'm going to ask you to do it yourself and check. Always, please check your answer after each question so that you will know, oh, my strategy is correct or my answer is correct. If you don't get right for the first question or second questions, like 2 questions, then you have to remember that you have to rewind the video and look at it over and find out why you made mistake. Okay, that's the point. It's not the point that you finish all the problems fast. That's not the point. Okay, please don't get me wrong. You have to try by yourself and then check with mine. Okay, so that you will know, I'm good to go for next question, or I need to practice again. Okay, and you need to find out what is your mistake. All right. Number 1, divide, then check your answer. Now remember, M, S, B, R. We are going to multiply to find out how many this divisor can fit into this dividend. Okay, so dividend is the total number of cookies you see, okay, or slices of pizza. And how many friends are coming over? Yes, 6 friends are coming over to have this 96 cookies. You want to, and you have to divide these 96 cookies into 6 friends equally. Okay, otherwise they're gonna get mad or cry. All right. So this 6 can fit into 9, right? Yes, because since we know 9 is greater than 6, so we can put 1. 6 times 1 is 6. We cannot go 2 because 6 times 2 is 12, which is you don't have more than 9, right? You cannot give them 12 instead of 9 tenths, right? 12 tenths or 9 tenths. When I say 9, it means 9 tenths, remember? All right, so now you need to subtract. We did multiply and then move on to subtract. Okay, so since we are working on this tens place, you have to subtract from tens place. 9 take away 6 is 3. And then next step is what? Bring it down. Bring the other number, okay? So the next number down, which is 6. And then repeat the process. You see? MSBR. If you remember this, division is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. Multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. Multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. Okay, remember that. Now, 6 times what makes 36, or even closer, or closest to 36, but not greater? Yes, we know 6 times 6 makes 36. Okay, so there is any remainder? No. You can divide this 96 cookies into 6 friends, okay, without any leftover. So you can give them 16 cookies each. All right, now let's move on to number 2. Remember MSBR, multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. Multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat, okay? Now 2 times what number is going to fit into 8? Yes, we know. 2 times 4 is going to make 4. You need to write down, okay, align this place value. So 2 times 4 is, oh, did I say 4? Why? Sorry. 2 times 4 is 8. You need to write down the product in here, right? And then since we are working on this tens place, remember, we need to subtract MS, right? Subtract and then bring it down. We don't have anything to do. Okay, bring it down. 8 comes in here. And 2 times 4 is another 8. And when you subtract, you don't have any left over. So the answer is what? 88 divided by 2 is 44. Now let's move on to number 3. Okay, 5 times, remember multiplication first, okay? 5 can fit into 7, right? Yes, how many times? Only 1 time, because 5 times 2 is 10, which is greater than 7, right? So you cannot use 2, but you can use only 5 times 1, which is what? 5. Product comes under here, a line. Remember, a line is the key in here. Now we did multiply. Now we need to move on to subtract, which is minus. 7 minus 5 is 2. And then next step is what? Bring it down the next place, okay? The number place, which is what? 4. Okay, we know 5 times 4 is 20, and 5 times 5 is 25. So we cannot go to 5 because, 5 times 5 is 25, which you don't have, okay? You don't have 25 cookies. You have only 24 cookies. So you better go for 5 times 4, which is 20. We did multiplication, and now we need to do a subtract. And then what is it? Number 4. There's any number to bring it down? No, no more. So this 4 is gonna be what? Remainder. So remainder 4. This long division is simpler than you thought. Please remember this process and steps. MSBR. Multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. Multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. Okay, that's it. Just repeat and repeat it over. Okay, over and over again. Now divide, then check your answer. All right, let's go. 5 times what is closer to 6? We are going to work on this first digit first, okay? Okay, thankfully, 5 can fit into 6 by 1, right? And then we did multiply. Okay, so you can write it down next to you, MSBR. Multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat, okay? So we did multiply, which is what? 5 times 1 is 5. And then now you need to do subtract, which is 1. And then bring it down, the other number. Yes, now you need to repeat. 5 times 1 makes 10. 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract Nothing left over. So the quotient is what? 12. Let's move on to number 5. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Pause the video, do it yourself, each question, and then check your answer after you finish this number 5, okay? And then you can move on to number 6 and then solve the problem and check your answer with my video. And then if you're right, move on. If you didn't get right, please check what you made mistake, okay? And then fix it. All right? Okay, number 5, 7, we are gonna still follow this MSBR process, okay? So 6 times what is gonna fit into 7? Yeah, 6 times 1 is 6. Take away, okay, subtract. We did multiply, now subtract, which is what? 1, bring it down, 10. And 6 times 1 is 6, because I know 6 times 2 is 12, which is greater than 10. You can do that, right? So you have only 10 cookies, but you cannot divide 12 cookies, right? So now you need to subtract again, and 4. And there's nothing to bring it down, so you are going to just put this 4 up there with R, which is remainder 4. So you have 70 cookies. You divide that into 6 friends with 11 cookies, and you have 4 left over. If you don't mind, I'm gonna take it. Okay, that's mine. All right, now number 6. This 8 can fit into 9 by 1, right? So I'm going to multiply, and then 1 times 8 is 8. Now I need to do the subtract, MS, right? And B, number 1, bring it down, 10. Oh, I know again, 8 times 1 is 8. I cannot use 8 times 2 because I have only 10, not 16, okay? And what is the difference? 2. And that's gonna be what? Our remainder, since we don't have anything to bring it down more, to do more, okay? So 11, remainder 2 is our quotient. Number 7, 3 times what number is closer to 9 or even 9, but not greater? Yes, 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract 0, bring it down, 3. 3 times 1 is 3, subtract 0. Okay, remember, multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. Multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. Get annoyed? I'm sorry. But this is really important, okay? So multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. You have to do this like automatically. Even you didn't even need to look at this process, okay? I mean, the steps like MSBR, okay? If you practice more and more and more. All right, now I'm going to go for number 8. 2 times 2, I'm gonna go a little bit faster. Okay, I think I have enough time to like practice with you, right? And reinforce with you MSBR process. So I'm gonna go a little bit faster. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract 0, bring it down, 5. And 2 times 2 is 4. Take away 1. There is nothing to bring it down, so this 1 is remainder. All right, and now let's move on to number 9. 3 times 2 is 6. Take away 0, bring it down, 4. 3 times 1 is only 4. Take away 1, remainder 1. If you don't get it, please go rewind for this question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I explained, okay? 7 same questions. So now I'm going to a little bit go faster. Now 6 times, 6 cannot fit into 4. So now you need to work on these 2 digits at a time, okay? And now you need to use your multiplication, okay? 6 times what is closer to 42, but not greater? Oh, we know. 6 times 1, you don't have to start from 6 times 1 since we know this 42. 42 is greater than 6, right? So let's start with what? 6 times 5. You can write down always what? Multiples of divisor, right? 6 times 5, we know that's 30. 6 times 6 is what? 36. Now 6 times 7 is what? Yes, 42. Oh, lucky. Okay, we don't have to do any subtract because 6 times 7 is already 42. I mean, just one subtract. Okay, nothing to do anymore. Okay, so your question is what? 7. All right, now 8. Okay, 8 times what? Okay, 8 cannot fit into 3, so we cannot work on this tens place only. So we need to move on to what? 2 digits together. At that point, at that time, you have to write that since we are working on these 36 ones, we have to write our quotient on top of ones place, okay? So don't get confused. 8 times what is closer to 36 but not greater than 36? Let's go ahead, find out. Okay, since we know 8 times 5 is what? Oh, 40. So we need to bring it down a little bit, right? So 8 times 40 is what then? 32. Okay, this 36 is between 32 and 40. I think we need to move on to, we need to use for what? 4, because we have only 36 cookies to divide, right? We don't have 40 enough, like 40 even. So I'm going to put 8 times 4, and that's going to be what? 32. And you need to subtract, which is what? 4. And there's nothing to bring it down, so 4 is 4, and you cannot divide these 4 cookies into 8 equal groups. So 4 is what? Remainder. So the answer is what? 4, remainder 4. Now let's move on to number 12. 7 times what is closer to 50 but not greater? That's the question. Since we know 7 cannot fit into 5 tens, okay? So we need to work on with what? Okay, 50. Okay, 50 ones. So now we know 7 times, since we know 7 times 5 is what? 35. We can start from there. Okay, so we don't have to start from 7 times 1, 7 times 2, right? 7 times 6 is what? Yes, 42. And 7 times 7 is what? 49. And then 7 times 8 is what? 56. Oh, hold on. Whoa, this is too much. Now we need to go for what? 7 times 7 instead of 7 times 8 because we have only 50, not 56. So 7 times 7, I put this on top of ones place, guys, remember? 7 times 7 is what? 49. Now subtract, which is what? 1. There's nothing to bring it down, so this 1 is going to be what? Our remainder, okay? All right. Now explain how you can use estimation to check the reasonableness of your answer when dividing a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. It's easy because you know what? If your estimate quotient is close to the actual quotient, then your answer is reasonable, right? So should I write it? Okay. If your estimated quotient is close to the actual quotient, then your answer is reasonable. Okay? Okay. Now find the missing numbers. Oh, this is going to be easier than multiplication because we know already 5 times 1 is what? 5. Subtract, which is what? Remember M, S, B, R. Multiply, subtract, bring it down. Okay, subtract. 7 times 7 take away 5 is 2. And bring it down 2, which means what? This was 2. That easy, right? Okay, now 5 times 1 makes 20. Yes, we know 4. And then subtract again, 2. So remainder is going to be 2. That easy. All right, let's move on. Think and grow modeling real life. Okay. No, the house cat has 64 muscles in each muscles in each ears. It has the same number of muscles in each ear. How many muscles does the house cat have in each ear? Okay, the house cat has 2 ears, so find 64 divided by 2. It's gonna be very easy. Okay, since we practice this S B R, yes. Multiply, subtract, bring it down, repeat. Okay, so 64. Don't think that's too much. Okay, so just go for this. What? 64. What is it? 64 divided by 2. Now we know multiply 2 times 3 is going to be 6, right? And subtract 0, bring it down. 4. Now 2 times, 2 is 4. Subtract, nothing to bring it down anymore, right? There's no more, right? So the answer is what? 32. That easy. Okay, let's use this long division strategy. So 32, okay? All right, that was easy. Okay, number 15. You earn 5 cents for each plastic bottle you recycle. Yeah, that's true, right? You recycle some bottles and earn 75 cents. How many bottles did you recycle? So you got 75 cents, and each bottle you are going to get 5 cents each. Okay, so how many bottles you need to divide, okay, to know how many bottles did you put it, okay, in the machine. All right, we know 5 times 1 is going to be 5, right? Because if I do 5 times 2, it's going to be 10, which is greater than 7. Oh, too much, right? Break it down. All right. Now, 7 take away 5 is what? 2. I just did subtract, and what is next step? MSB. Yes, bring it down. 5. 25 now. And you need to repeat the process again. Okay, so 5 times what? 5, we know, is 25. Subtract. Okay, nothing to do more, and there is no more to bring it down, so the answer is what? 15 bottles. Okay, number 16. A cross-country runner must run 80 miles in 1 week. Okay, in each week, when you have this kind of question, please remember 1 week is equal to 7 days. Okay, he wants to run about the same number of miles each day. Okay, there you go. They are asking us to convert into days. All right, how many miles should he run each day? And how can you interpret the remainder? Okay, that's gonna be fun. So now you need to divide what? 80 miles, okay, by 7, because they want to know how many miles the runner has to run, okay, to meet this goal 80 miles in 1 week. So now we know 7 times 1 is gonna be 7. We don't have enough space, so I'm just gonna use this line. Okay, and that's what? Okay, subtract 1, bring it down 10. 7 times 1 is gonna be 7, and take away is 3. Okay, so 3 is remainder. 11 miles per day, and then 3 miles he needs to run in 1 day, a little bit more than 11 miles, right? So 11 miles, let's say 11 miles, okay, I'm gonna put 3 dots. Therefore, 11 miles per day, and runner needs okay? A runner needs to run 14 miles more in 1 day. 14 miles in 1 day. Okay? Or another day, maybe you can say, to make it clear. So each day for 6 days, you need to run 11 miles, but 7th day, you need to run 14 miles, which is opposite than what we believe. 7th day, you should rest, right? All right. But anyway, that's what they were asking. Maybe after sundown, yeah, Saturday night, they can run, right? All right. So seventh day, the runner needs to run 14 miles, but for 6 days, they can run only 11 miles per day. All right. Admission to go-kart park costs a total of $78 for 3 adults and 3 children. The price is the same for all ages. Okay, so you don't have to split. Okay, what is the cost of admission for each person? Okay, you pay $78 for 6 people. So how much is it? Okay, how much is the admission is for per person? Now 6 times, we know 1 is 6. Bring it subtract and bring it down, 18. And 6 times 3 is what? 18. Okay, when you take away, nothing left over. Okay, so the answer is what? $13 per person. All right. So this long division is easy and fun to play, right? So I want you to practice more on IXL when you finish this earlier than others. And if you have any question, please rewind the video and then check it over. And then I'm gonna meet you in class. I will help you and go over everything again. If you have any more questions, let's go ahead, okay, and then share it. And your homework is what? 233 and 234. Okay, see you.